Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video today, I'm going to be explaining how to do commutators on big cubes. So I've been gone for a while, and why is that? It's because school started and I've moved. Basically, my mic is packed away, so if the audio sounds crap, that is why. Now keep in mind that commutators aren't very useful for 4x4 and 5x5, as you can solve the last two centers on both of these cubes by just using R and U moves. So I'm basically going to be giving this tutorial on a big cube, I guess, and 6x6 is a good example. I could do this on 7x7, but nah, why not? I quite like the MGC. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's start with the pieces. Here we have the outer, or I like to call them the center corner pieces, because they're kind of in the center, but they're on the corners as well as these are, I like to call them the center edges. I like to call these the inner corners. And basically what a commutator does is it swaps two pieces, and this is useful for when you are doing last two centers. Keep in mind that also you only have to do one commutator. You don't have to do 2 or 3 to solve the last two centers. So keep in mind that fact, and you could be more efficient if so. So here's how to do a commutator. Keep in mind when you're doing an actual solve, these edges won't be solved because you're solving the last two centers. Now the first step of a commutator is to bring both the pieces that you want to swap down into the same column so you can slice them both. If you didn't get what I meant, in this case we have to swap both these center edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them down so they're in the same layer. So currently they're not in the same column. So if I bring it down like this, when I slice the layer where both these pieces are in, it actually affects both pieces. So that's what we want. We want to bring them down into the same column. Now after you have done that, what you want to do is you want to slice. So you want this piece to go to where this piece is. So just do a slice like that. Now what you want to do next is you want to find the odd piece out. So what I mean by that is in this row, just looking at the center pieces, here we have 2 orange pieces and 1 orange piece, and we have 1 yellow piece. Now this yellow piece is the odd one out because of course the rest are orange, so we just want to use this one, and that's the piece we want to swap as well. So what you want to do is you want to bring this piece into a different column. So we can either bring it into this column by doing a U prime, or we can do a U and bring it down into this column. It doesn't matter which one you do as long as it's not in the same layer, because if you use the same layer, you do a double slice and that's not good. So in this case, I'm going to do a U prime. So now it's in a different layer. And again, you want to slice the odd piece out. And now you just want to undo. But instead of, like, what I mean by undoing, you don't actually undo the move that you did. You undo the move before that. So you do a U. And then you undo the first slice that you did. Bring this second slice that we did. Bring it down. Do a U. And then undo a setup move. So hopefully that should make sense. So for the center corner, so I mean these 4 pieces, you shouldn't really run into this situation. How I do 6x6 is I build the bars like this, and then I just do the last bar. I do the 3 pieces and then a commutator. But in case you do get this case, what you want to do is basically the same thing. So you want to get them down so they're in the same layer. And one thing I did forget to mention when what I said earlier is you want to have them in the same position. So in this case, if I bring it down with an F, these two are essentially in the same position. Now, they're not really in the same position, but what I mean by that is if we just basically just keep in mind that this, the unsolved piece is here. If we rotate the cube, the unsolved piece is here. So hopefully you get what I mean basically they're in the same position. They're the top right, in this case it's the top right corner. So yeah, you always want to make sure, otherwise the commutator will not work. So again, we slice, we look at the odd piece, we bring it to a different layer. In this case, if we did do U, it would be in the same layer, and if we did it again, that wouldn't really work out. So in this case, we have to do U prime, slice the odd one out again, and then undo the first slice, and then undo the second slice, and then undo the setup move. Hopefully that should get you going with commutators. Now I know I said it isn't very useful in 5x5, but commutators can be useful, but only in one exception, and it's this case. So in this case we do exactly the same thing. We bring it down so that these two are in the same position, although you can't really have it, in the same, there's only one position, so in 5x5 it doesn't really matter. So you just bring it down so it's in the same slice. We're going to slice, bring it over, and then slice the odd one out, and then undo those setup moves. So here's what it looks like fast. Up. So yeah, I did mess up at first, but if you do it on big cubes, keep in mind, try not to corner cut as much, otherwise the cube may pop. And at first, don't worry if you do not understand, because it took me about 3 weeks to understand the concept. So don't be discouraged if you don't. And just to make it clear, for 4x4, this is absolutely not necessary, because in this case, we can just solve this easily by doing F prime. The only time where you would use commutators for 4x4 is 4 blind, because it doesn't affect any other piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I did not upload a while because of school. I will try to upload more, but it will be kind of difficult. I haven't uploaded in quite a while, so I will only upload on Saturday, late Saturday or Sunday. Of course, I'm gonna upload today on Sunday. So yeah, I might post maybe 2 times or 1 time a week, depending on if I like to do YouTube or not. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please hit that like button, and bye, I guess, for now. See you in the next one. Bye.